Shit, what's this podcast called?
Discourse of Human Events.
The discourse is just crazy.
Everything's okay, I'm just trying to act my age. Yeah, I wanna know where the hell the days go. Yeah, I wanna know where the hell the days go. I wanna look and feel years younger, baby. I wanna look and feel years younger.
1, 2, 3, flashlight.
We have special guest Harry today.
Hello.
It's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
And today,
He has seen less. Yeah, he's seen less than Bigfoot usually. Like, you know,
I mean, we were going to talk about the
we
Suez
have
Canal,
grainy photos of him.
but I feel like we can do something more interesting.
Have you seen Hamilton yet?
I haven't.
Yeah,
my
we
God.
saw.
Nick's seen it
a
live.
while
Did you see
ago.
it live, Nick? Or did you? You went to it, right?
Yeah, of course. Can you
Oh,
not
cool.
see it live? Is there like a recording now?
Disney Plus.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh. Yeah, no. But we waited till the tickets weren't absurd.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
They're like a couple $100 each or something.
Yeah.
And that's in San Francisco, so they were definitely way down from where they were like $2,000
Yeah.
a piece.
Was it the initial Broadway run or a different run?
I have no idea. I don't think it was because it's not the main guy, Lin,
Okay.
whoever.
They
whoever.
switched it up, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know they
I
went
like-
on tour. I doubt they went that far. on
Man,
those.
I don't think I'd pay $200
Yeah.
for a show. Although that might be worth it for that one.
It's a good show. I don't know if it's...
But $200? That's a lot.
Yeah, it's something where it's like, it's good, but the hype that was around it was absurd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like
Like,
$50
what did
to
you-
$100 is my
You,
max.
Slugger, you would absolutely love it just for the
I'm sure I
wordplay,
would.
Because you love,
Yeah.
wordplay, and it's
You know what? Here's what happened,
best
Harry.
songwriting.
I got addicted to the show The Americans, and then right after that I got addicted to the show Mr. Robot.
I know there's a gun to your head and you have to watch them in order, apparently. I understand.
Yeah, yeah.
It's impossible to pause watching one
it's
show
not
just
like
to
I-
watch, just to watch one thing and then go back to that show.
You're
I know
correct.
that's
It's
not
impossible.
possible. I know it's
I'm
not
currently binging something. What am I going to take a break and watch a movie? Who the fuck do you think I am? You know that. You know how they do
I
shows.
was ready to talk about Hamilton for about 4 hours, but now I can't do that. So.
You know how they end shows on
Nah, let's just
cliffhangers.
ruin it for Zach. What's your thoughts on Hamilton?
Oh, I love Hamilton. It's fantastic.
I got a
Hey,
feeling I know
so
the
you think
ending
the hype
already.
was well deserved? I thought it was like, it's good, but it's not like, oh my
I
god.
too am a sucker for wordplay, and I mean, I have a also. If you like history and you like American history especially,
I'm pretty sure
and
Harry
the,
masturbates to this
wordplay.
play.
and the it has so many nods to hip hop and Broadway, like plays and everything. Yeah, I mean,
I really
point
like
out,
the
but-
concept.
history, but I'm not crazy about hip hop.
I mean, you would have to
Yeah,
enjoy hip hop a
same here.
lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that probably makes it
There's
think
less
that's
a
maybe my
song,
problem,
the
was like-
song 10 Dual Commandments, that's a direct reference to a Notorious B.I.G. song, the 10 Crack Commandments.
Okay.
There's also
See, this is the stuff I don't get that would probably enrich it a lot more. Where I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they seem a little, I don't know, a lot of bravado for the
But,
founding fathers.
all right,
I think there was
well,
probably a little
now-
more like sitting around talking about abstract philosophical concepts rather than like, I'm the motherfucking best.
You opened up the door.
Like-
You opened up the door. I'm walking through it. Okay. The reason that hip hop works so well for this play is
Yeah.
because hip hop, you can convey so much information in the same amount of time as a normal song.
Yeah, that makes
because
a lot
you're
of sense.
Speaking so quickly, so they are hitting you with so much information in that same amount of time, and the highlight of the show, in my personal favorite. They're near the beginning of the play. The British sympathizer is on his soapbox and he's singing like a declaration from the king. He is singing in a melody, perfect melody. Just here is a song. This is how a song is. Hamilton jumps in, takes his song, and starts rapping over it. emulating rebelling against the establishment.
The establishment, yeah.
American rebellion. But also that is hip hop. Hip hop is taking music and sampling it and making it their own. It's beautiful.
That's true.
So
That's
So they sampled the English, Constitution and law and made the American law.
Absolutely.
I do really like the concept of
Kinda.
putting it in that era, but using rap.
And for a debate in Congress, they have a rap battle. I mean, it's
Oh,
just-
nice. Yeah, you know what, Harry? Now I'm gonna have to watch it soon.
Absolutely, you'll fucking love it. You're a sucker for wordplay and rhyme schemes and everything. You'll fucking love it.
Yeah, and I'm a fan of hip hop. Unlike Nick, I'll appreciate the actual music too.
Oh yeah,
That's one of the problems I have with musicals. Is it's rare for me to actually enjoy these songs in a musical.
Yeah, they're not all hip hop songs. I mean, that's on purpose too. Hamilton, anything that Hamilton sings is hip hop, but
Because
Aaron
he's the
Burr-
rebel.
Yes, Aaron Burr has some hip hop, some melody because he's kind of on the fence. Hamilton's wife, she only sings. George Washington, he doesn't quite do hip hop because he's George Washington. He's above
Yeah.
that. He's grandiose, so he sings in this almost operatic fashion just to give him a larger than
So they
life,
actually mix it up a lot.
presence. Oh yeah, it's not all just hip hop.
Interesting.
The best song of the play is probably "The Room Where It Happens," and that's not a hip hop song. That's a almost show tunes type song, but it's great.
So some of the few musicals I think I've actually enjoyed are Little Shop of Horrors,
Yeah.
because there's actually songs I enjoy in that, and the story's funny and it's silly enough to be good. And actually Rent, I really like the Rent songs.
Yep.
That's about it
Those-
though.
Rent has some clever writing. I know
Yeah.
you like clever writing. But
Yeah.
Little Shop of Horrors, if you don't know, in the actual play, the plant wins and eats everyone.
Really?
There's actually
That's
a
awesome.
song at the end called "Don't Feed the Plants," and they did test runs and audiences hated it, so they reshot it and the humans win. Blah blah blah.
So how many movies
fucking
do you
humans. What
think
are they
were
gonna
ruined because of test audience?
Oh, plenty.
It
I
has
Am
to be a
Legend.
lot, right?
I Am Legend, that was ruined by test audiences. It happens all the time.
I think that's one of the reasons I really like when people go off and
originally,
do their own stuff without a bunch of movie studios. They don't have the money for focus groups. 'Cause it's just
Right.
whatever they wrote is what you're going
So-
to get.
Maybe they should have tested Aaron Burr shooting Hamilton to death and, changed it up.
They just pull a Tarantino instead of...
Yeah.
So,
No,
oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
anyways. I was gonna say, I would say if you are interested in the period, there's this novel by Gore Vidal called Burr that I read. That's from Aaron Burr's side
Yeah.
instead. It's from his point.
Yep.
That's kinda
That
cool.
dude has a crazy fucking life.
Yeah, he went on to do some.
And it makes it seem like Hamilton's the dick.
Yeah, he went on to do way more crazy shit after Hamilton's.
Yeah, he tried to become the king of Mexico.
Yeah. yeah.
The dude had a crazy fucking life.
He
Yeah,
married some
what?
sugar mama and just took
Yeah.
her for her money. It's crazy.
Aaron Burr sounds like a...
He founded the bank that eventually
Badass move
became J.P. Morgan Chase.
Wait,
He would
what?
Introduce, he
That
would
was Aaron
introduce
Burr?
himself as the guy who shot Alexander Hamilton, to people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I killed Hamilton. What's up? Hi.
That's kind of a big flex, I would think, back then. Yeah, I shot him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up?
Well, it also, I think it ruined his chance to ever be president.
Oh,
So, I
absolutely.
mean, it's not
Yeah.
it's popular among the some crowd.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. What
Yeah,
a
going back to
different time.
movies, what you were saying, test groups. So back in the 80s,
Yeah,
and
focus
before,
groups.
like in the 60s, 70s, 80s, around them, directors were held to much higher standards. How do I put it? They had more power. Directors were
Yeah.
kings, It all came to a head in the movie Heaven's Gate. Came out in 1980.
Heaven's
It was a
Gate?
Huge exactly. It's a terrible movie. Huge financial flop. It had, I think, Jeff Bridges, Christopher Walken.
That's the problem, is it was a flop.
Yes, it was a huge
Yeah,
flop.
I've heard of it.
And the director, Michael Cimino, had complete control over it. And it was at that point where producers are like, you know what? No more. We're not flopping anymore. So now we're in control of the movies. So that began the whole power struggle of producers making movies as opposed
Yeah.
to directors being able to direct the movies. So.
Yeah, I mean, every now and then you have a director that's so good and so unique that they always have creative control. I think Tarantino, he comes with a script. Like that's what's happening, right?
Oh, sure. You just give
Like
him
they're
money.
not testing any of his stuff. It's like, no, this is what's going to happen.
Well, you say that, but if you leave it up to like Tarantino, Kill Bill would have been like a 5-hour movie. The Weinsteins,
At some point they got to go. Well,
All right, crazy man.
we got to make money.
You know?
Yeah.
Yes, David Lynch, you're great, but you're a fucking weirdo. We can't ship this. Like, we can't show this in theaters.
And also
Also,
Weinstein insisted on being in charge of the casting of the women for some reason. I don't know.
What's weird?
That's weird.
Weird
He has
thing
a
he
knack
had.
for it. He has a knack for it, I think. He has a network. He's networking.
And Tarantino
But-
asks for feet shots instead of your head shots when you're
Yeah.
pointing in his movies.
Whoa, my eyes are down here.
Eyes
But
no more.
on the flip side, it's a risk too, because you get M. Night Shyamalan, you know? Oh, hey, he made a really fucking good movie people like.
Oh my god.
Sure,
that was
let's
so
give
bad.
him more creative control. Third
But
time's the
at some
charm?
point, have people never started testing him? I never understand.
I don't know. I think he...
Like, I feel like he's got to have, like, he must have a great reputation for, like, bringing movies in under budget or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
Because sometimes it's like, how do they get work? How?
Well,
But
he
when
got
you have
stuck
a
in
big
that
enough
role.
movie- when you have a big enough
What's that?
movie, you can still ride those coattails. Any
Yeah.
new Shyamalan movie that comes out, it'll say
but he
the
rode them
director of
so
Signs.
long.
It'll still say the
So
director of
long.
Signs.
But that's the problem is he still does sell tickets.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like you still see the
I
name
don't
and you
know
still buy
how.
it.
I don't know.
Well,
No,
his latest
steer
movies have
clear.
been good.
I have not seen a single thing that he made since the what's the one with the aliens
Signs.
with Mel Gibson?
Sign.
Yeah, I watched that. I have not seen a single
Signs.
thing he made since then.
He-
I did
he's
not
made
see the
good
one
movies since
with,
then.
He's made okay
No, he didn't.
movies since then.
I've
Yeah, he
heard,
did.
I've heard okay at best.
He's made
I have not
what is
seen
it?
any
Splice.
Signs.
Splice was good.
Splice was okay.
I don't know what that is.
It was good.
It was
The ending
good.
really stupid, but it was good.
It wasn't like outrageously terrible like some of his other films. It was a
No,
good
it wasn't
movie.
fucking Lady in the Water, whatever the fuck it was. But he was heralded as the next Steven Spielberg, if you can believe that.
Well, here's
It's
the
a-
problem: is even his bad movies still have really good storytelling in them. Like The Village was really good up until it came to the M. Night Shyamalan part.
Hey, to
I don't
quote,
know. I've heard
to
they've
quote,
just gotten worse since Signs, and then that was the aliens invade a planet which is 80% water.
I know.
quote,
There's some
Like,
holes in
it's
his
just,
stories.
Come on.
to
I
quote
can only
Vince
suspend my belief
McMahon.
so much.
Vince McMahon said, "People only remember the finish."
That's
And
true.
The
No.
only thing you can talk about with the Village
Okay,
is stupid
you know
ass
what?
ending.
The finish in the Signs was stupid too. Apparently, there was some thing that told him to swing away from his mother, so he
Yeah.
beat the shit out of an alien. What the fuck does that make any
Dude,
sense?
but Signs,
Does not.
I still really, really enjoy Signs. Even I just have to
there's no
ignore
deep
that
meaning
water
whatsoever.
part because
I think
all the
you-
other
There's
parts are so
nothing-
What do you
good.
mean? You can't
There's
ignore the
nothing
water
underneath.
part. That's the crux of the story.
I know, but everything up until that part is so good.
People only remember the finish.
no,
I know that.
the finish wasn't good.
Actually, I really remember the part where they first see the alien at that birthday party in the
Oh,
like
sure,
video
that was
camera.
spooky.
Oh, that's so good.
You know,
and
they
like,
stole that. They fucking stole that directly from Exorcist 3. Not to get too.
did he really steal that from Exorcist 3, or is that just
Yeah, motherfucker. Have
parallel
you ever seen
creativity?
Exorcist 3? No, you
I
haven't.
did not. I think I saw Exorcist 1.
Well, that's
How many Exorcists do you keep
Exactly.
watching?
Like, did he really steal that, or is it just like parallel creativity where they just happen to have similar ideas?
I don't know. It's pretty similar. Like very similar.
Yeah, and later in the movie,
Is there
Mel
aliens
Gibson
in
turns his
Exorcist
head
3?
around a 360 and pukes
Yeah,
too, though.
Yeah, pea soup in his mouth. I don't know. When's the
Chloe's
last
left
time
out
you
because
saw
she does not
something?
watch any of these American movies from
sorry,
the
Chloe.
early 2000s.
That's fair. What were you
I
saying,
can-
Harry?
We could talk about Jackie Chan movies, and I don't mean that racistly. I mean I know a lot of Jackie Chan
She
movies.
totally took that racist.
No, I know a lot of Jackie Chan movies.
Oh, dude.
The problem is that I didn't even watch that much Jackie Chan movies.
What's in the Chinese movie that we would know that you watched? Anything?
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
The Raid.
Well, yeah, that,
Oh, okay.
that one.
God,
Hero.
see, I knew it.
And the movie called Living. Have you watched that?
Living?
No.
Red
Oh,
Cliff.
okay. I know one. What's the one that's really stylistic, like love story between the cheaters or
Oh,
not. They did say not
the,
to cheat. Shanghai something?
Shanghai Nights.
Something?
Once
No.
upon
Shanghai Noon.
whatever.
God damn it! What's that movie?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Uh,
Shanghai. Did you say Shanghai Noon?
It's like on IMDb top 250 type of ones. Fuck, what's the name of that?
I don't know.
I know
In the Mood for Love.
In the Mood for Love.
That's what it
yes.
is.
Never saw it.
So
No,
Kai's
okay.
movie.
That's one of the top rated movies. I know you'd seen that.
I have that on my list to
Oh,
watch.
not you guys.
I watched most of Wong Kar-wai's movie.
All right, no, sorry, we can't include.
So,
it. We just don't. See the same
back
things.
to Jackie Chan. I was recently actually watching a video about him, and Jackie Chan actually has a stunt double.
Well, he does now.
What? No,
But
I thought he.
wait,
I thought
are you
he
ready?
did it himself.
Let me finish.
Okay.
It's for when he's driving sometimes and when he's walking.
So a body double. Yeah.
Yeah, he has a body double for that.
He has a body double for like brushing his teeth. It's something he doesn't want to do a lot.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know if you'd really call it a stunt double so much as a body double.
Jackie Chan is out of his fucking mind. There was a movie where he took hot peppers and put them on his hands, and that way he could gouge someone's eyes. Get hot peppers on their eyes.
Mm-hmm.
He also touches his own face by accident. Here's the fucking kicker: he actually really used hot peppers. It's like, Jackie, we're not gonna see this. We can't tell that it's hot peppers even in real life in this movie. Why are you doing this?
He likes the
want trouble.
authenticity, man.
I don't want trouble.
There's
I heard
one of the scenes where he
jump
gets.
off from the big building.
What's that?
He actually did it.
Yeah.
When he jump off the giant building, he slides down.
Yeah,
I don't know
that.
which movie
Oh,
it
I
is,
know.
But he actually did it.
Yeah, that was from Who Am I?
yeah, that's one of the best ones.
That's a good one.
But
Yeah, he has great choreography. Every fight scene's amazing and cool
Oh, yeah.
and hilarious. You make
Yep.
fight scenes funny. That's the real genius.
Yes, it's all in his face. He has one of those rubber faces, he's a Chinese Jim Carrey.
yes,
he's
that's
so-
a good. That is
so
actually a good
expressive.
description of how he is. He can actually express a lot with his face.
Mhm.
This is a very good description.
Seems like there's no younger ones.
Yeah, it is something
Sort of ended.
Well, I don't know. Can you get the same level of fame anymore? There's just too many other
Yeah.
people and too many other media.
Oh, another fun fact about Jackie Chan is his stunt crew. He only works with this one crew because he trusts them to set everything up for his stunts.
Yeah.
No one will then insure them
Yeah,
for obvious reasons, right? So they can't get any insurance. So Jackie Chan himself is their insurance company. He guarantees if anything happens to them, he will cover any of their expenses.
Kind of crazy. I guess that's why nobody do it themselves these days.
Yeah.
No, yeah. It's
Insurance
too much
says,
effort.
no thanks.
Also, that and the threat of dying sometimes.
As long as you're covered financially.
Some people say
Also, CG's getting too good.
Tom Cruise does a lot of his own stunts.
Yeah, he does.
He has a straight double, though. Anytime there's a scene with a woman.
He has a height double. I think he has a height one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably has a height double,
too.
He has a lot of doubles. They're just not for the stunts.
Yeah.
I did hear he has boxes and stuff he'll stand on in scenes or choose angles to make
They
him
really
look taller.
who was in a movie with what's the Cameron Diaz, right? I think that's
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
because
Cameron Diaz is pretty
she's
tall.
actually pretty tall.
Yeah.
So they really did have to work around the camera
I'm
to
sorry,
make sure.
Does she squat?
Yeah, no, I think they
They-
did the weird
Wait.
shots where they're actually far away.
Are you saying they did the Lord of the Rings tricks with him?
Yeah, they did to make sure because
Green
because
screen.
people don't want to see. It's not just women don't want to be with short guys. Women don't want to see short guys be heroes.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's true.
Psychological.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
I can't
monkey brain,
follow the
yeah.
storyline. Guy's too short. You can't be a hero.
Yeah,
Your monkey brain won't accept it.
It's so true though.
it's true.
Unless that is the
Especially
story.
rom-com.
A short guy overcomes his shortness.
Mm-hmm.
There are certain rom-coms where the guy's short, right? But I don't know. Now you mentioned it.
rom-coms where the guy's short. Like, even the presidents, they're all 6 feet at least.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who's the shortest?
Yeah, who is the short?
Monroe, I think. Or is it Madison? I get the M's mixed up.
That is kind of weird.
He's Madison.
James
Madison was...
Madison.
But that's before there's TV, right? Or anything. So
Yeah.
no one knew he was 5 feet
He
tall.
was able to get away with it.
Wow, James Madison was 5'4".
Damn.
Yeah.
Lincoln was 6'4".
So he's a short little bastard. And he's the guy that mostly wrote the Constitution.
Here's the question: would Lincoln still be president
Like,
if he was 5'11" or 5'8"? Like, at what point does he no longer have a chance?
I don't know. Lincoln was 6'4". Lyndon Johnson
there's
had a
so
giant
many
penis,
great
apparently.
people.
Yeah.
What are you reading right
I'm sure
now?
if I was president, I would spread those rumors too.
No, apparently he always showed his dick off. to
No,
everyone.
yeah, he was a creeper.
Oh, this is the
Like,
thing.
Lyndon Johnson would, like, lean over people and, like, get really close
balls
and,
on
like,
their
talk
chin.
down to him. He was a real fucking weirdo.
Yeah, like
Damn.
And he
You
also,
doing some
there's, like, a
Louis C.K.
recording of
shit?
him- Talking about his big dick, there's a recording of him, like, calling his tailor and talking about needing extra crotch space and shit like
I
that.
remember that.
There really is. It's
Yeah.
fucking weird.
He literally had big dick energy.
Yeah. Well, he was a creeper, though. It's not the kind of guy you'd want to be around.
It's that creeper, big dick energy. I feel like back then that was the way.
Yeah.
To be a creep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it was probably
Show
more
people your dick
acceptable
every now and then and be like,
in a
They
way.
didn't have any rights. You could do whatever the fuck
this
you
is
wanted.
why I'm the president, and you're just the secretary.
Just slap her with the dick. Who do you think had the smallest hog?
Let's ask Google.
It's probably got to be Madison. The man's 5'4".
No, that probably meant he had a huge one. You can't height doesn't
Oh, maybe.
Like a guy
height doesn't
named
factor into
I
that.
feel like it's got to be the most like talkative.
I feel like Trump's
one
the
that would
uh,
easiest
never
one to
shut
point
up.
out, but
Fuck.
Yeah, I'm trying not to go
Yeah.
like the most recent though. I'm trying to think historically, who's the biggest dick? Which means he had the smallest dick in a weird
Nixon.
sense.
Truman. He fucking dropped nukes on Japan. It's kind of a.
It
dick
might have been
move.
Truman.
Big dick
Kind of
energy
a-
there,
That's
or small dick energy. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a good point. It's like I'll show them.
Little hard to tell. Who got the actual
Jefferson?
data? I mean,
Fuck
Jefferson.
This fucking
I
slaves
feel-
never freedom.
I feel like he was just like the average in that department.
Dick. That's worse. You don't want to be known to be mediocre.
The mediocre. Well, now that we've
I feel like Kennedy. Maybe that's why Kennedy's overcompensating by with all the
Ooh,
women,
that's a good one.
right? Like he's got to get Marilyn Monroe because he's secretly got a little
well,
dick.
if he's being with so many women, somebody
We'd probably
would tell.
we'd hear about it.
Yeah.
Oh no, they sworn to
Maybe.
secrecy. It's like a conspiracy.
Yeah.
You gotta sign NDAs with him.
Yeah.
You sign an NDA.
I'm sure that actually is the thing with presidents now.
Maybe. That's a Tiger Woods should have.
Well, it didn't work out for Monica
Right?
Lewinsky.
If you have like a woman on the side and you're a president, you probably have like major NDAs or something like of that sort.
If you can't sign an NDA for, like,
I said something of that sort. You know what I mean? Like money to like, hey, hush.
Hush money. Oh sure.
no, you know what I think it is like, remember the scene in Breaking Bad towards the end where he has the guy with a laser pointer pretending like there's
Oh yeah,
a
yeah.
gun on him.
Exactly.
I think he has like some guy with a laser pointer in a closet being like, "Yeah, I got the CIA ready to take you out if you say anything." It's actually just the vice president. That's one of the vice president's duties. Kamala's there.
Kamala
now
Harris,
in
so
the
that's her
closet.
first thing she has to do.
Lasering ladies.
This is how we know you're loyal, Kamala. Come on.
You remember the Turd in the Punch Bowl episode of South Park?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Kamala can't be a turd in the punch bowl.
Nope.
Oh my god, this show has gone off the rails so quickly.
How did you get there?
I don't remember.
We never know.
I never do.
There's no logic to this. Somehow, I mean, I guess we went from Hamilton to
Started from
president's
Hamilton.
biggest and smallest dicks to Kamala Harris doesn't want to be a turd in a punch bowl. Natural segues.
So what else is going on in life? Anything else interesting?
Harry, do you still have stock in GME? Are you still waiting for that
Did
moon?
you go on the? Did you get on the GME train?
I have one stock that I'm holding on to. I'm doing my part.
Oh,
Nice.
you actually worked there, right?
I did work there, yeah.
And you were there, and you thought this is a well-run business that is worthy of investment.
No, I invested much later when it was booming. I had a chance to buy it when it was $3 a stock. I fucking wish I did, but
Yeah.
Man, it's such a crazy stock now to watch. Like, it just does such crazy shit.
Because it's nonsense. It's not really worth anywhere near what it's at.
We all know that.
no.
We're waiting for a squeeze.
yeah, we're
A
just
true
in the place of
squeeze.
the market with them.
But there's so many other stocks
Yeah.
to squeeze.
Oh,
Not
sure,
like
but
GME, though.
This is the meme one.
Yeah.
This is the cool one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one where all the focus is.
I'm just surprised it's gone on this long and people haven't gotten bored and jumped off.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I think
Michael-
it's because they keep shorting it, so it's like
Yeah.
if you don't hold, you're not going to get your money back, and like they short it so much and drive the price down to $50. Like, am I really going to sell it at 50? So I have to
Right.
like just
Right.
wait.
We can be retarded longer than they can be solvent, remember?
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
that's the flagship.
It's like, we're already poor,
for the
motherfucker. What are you going to do, take my $50? Oh, no.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just
There's
gonna
no
wait.
rationality here.
Okay, Nick, I got a thing here. Do you think you follow Michael Berry a little bit and
Yeah.
saw his crazy ass tweets? Do you think the American dollar will collapse?
I don't know if it'll... See, I can't sit... Because I thought after the last bailout in 2008, there
You
was
thought
a
it would
big
collapse
alarm.
then?
Yeah, like, I really thought, like, because they're passing this big-ass packages, right? And people were worried as fuck about inflation.
Yeah.
But it didn't really materialize. I mean, a little bit in asset prices, but not that much. As much as you really would expect. So, like, that's why, like, yeah, it really seems like it will materialize again, but...
isn't the point that
thought
this
it was
is
gonna last time?
this
so.
is like a gestation period since then? Like, it takes 9 or 10 years for that to happen. Like, it could could be the start of the inflation,
Fed
right?
can still start raising the rates and fighting it. I mean, and they probably will.
But they already said they're not going to. I mean, obviously,
They said they would for not raise for 2 years, and that was how long ago was that? Maybe 6 months ago. So we're already 6 months past when they said they
okay.
wouldn't raise. For
I didn't
2
know
years.
they had a timestamp on that.
Yeah, and then they also said they'd let it float above 2% potentially for a while because their target's generally 2%. So it's actually now they're saying they'll let it go to 3% so they can hit 2% because they've actually averaged below 2% even though they're targeting 2%.
I just don't understand how you can just
So I don't know.
create these trillions of dollars out of thin air
Well,
and everything's good.
yeah. Well, so the everything's good is because people just stop spending money, and it's like the amount of money you have times the times it's spent is how much inflation there is, right?
Yeah.
So if the amount you spend goes down a lot, then the inflation doesn't go up.
Dude, a lot of those stimmies went right into GME.
Yeah.
A
Hey,
lot of
did you guys
stimmies
get your
did.
stimmies?
Yeah, we got our
Your
stimmy.
next round?
Yep, I did.
Okay.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Went right into rent.
Here's the question: do you think there will be another stimulus package after this? I think they're done, right?
I think they're...
I think
Yeah.
so.
Probably not.
If they were smart and they really wanted to secure Democratic nominations for the next 2 terms, then no, they should fucking bribe us, if anything.
Yeah, that's so bad, though. That's so bad
It's
for
true.
democracy. It's blatantly vote buying,
Hey,
right?
look, at
Yeah.
this point, we don't give a fuck
It-
anymore. They'll do it,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, I mean they bribe everyone else. Why not us?
Yeah.
I know, but it's still pretty... Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. It's basically... It's gone from vote buying for corporations to vote buying for other
at least
people,
let us
right?
in on
The
it.
actual people.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's more expensive to pay off all the people rather than a few rich corporate fucks.
But they're butchering. So Republicans are literally butchering gerrymandering and all this shit to restrict voters anyway. They're just opposite buying voters, you know?
I know.
Yeah.
It's like they're evil, so we're gonna be a little evil, or like we're gonna run the country poorly too. We're just gonna vote by.
Yes.
Hey, give me some money.
Like I mean,
we call it
it's a race to the bottom
America.
on
You want
both
that poor?
parties,
Yeah,
right?
You want that poor vote? Give me some
Yeah.
money.
You better stimulate me.
Miss the Queen
Pay
yet?
me.
Miss the Queen.
The Queen.
Shit, man, I'm gonna forget
Oh,
about
we
this
miss her.
stimulus real quick.
Okay. Chloe's asking if we miss the Queen or the King, because when we quit, it was the King. But
Yeah, it
yeah,
was.
now it's the Queen. Do we miss the monarchy?
Hey,
You know,
what?
some people argue that like
When-
because the monarch actually basically owns the nation,
Yeah.
he actually has
They
he
have
or
an
she have an incentive to like not do keep it like just vote by and like run it poorly, like because it's theirs, right?
Remember-
Like they make more money the better it runs.
Yeah, and revolt's like
Australian
much more
government
serious.
Stop
Yeah.
working, and it's the Queen's order. Be like, you guys better get fuck going.
Yeah.
I feel like monarchy is just, it depends on if you have a good one or a bad one though, right? Like you could
Yeah,
have like
usually.
basically a dictator king that says fuck the people.
See, that's the good thing about our system is you could have a terrible one. They're only there 4 years, and we got judges to be
Well,
like, nah.
But really,
Maybe.
like when's the last good
close
one?
to
Well, 4 to 8. 4 to 8.
Yeah, but
I
when's
mean,
the
we
last
were-
good one?
We were pretty fucking
Last
close
good
to
one?
that being thrown in the fucking garbage can.
Yeah, like our whole system's
last-
fucked now, right? Like it doesn't
Good
matter.
one? I don't think we've ever had a really, maybe like Lincoln.
It's not.
That's
as
what I'm
bad as
saying.
Vladimir Putin.
And even Lincoln, like, I don't know, he really kind of tore up a bit of the Constitution.
Yeah. That's
So I don't know.
that's my point. It's kind of like
Here's
the
we need a new fucking. We need to fucking update the we need a Constitution 2.0.
well, I think that's
Yeah,
what amendments
yeah.
are for.
Well, no,
The
fuck
problem
this
is,
shit.
like,
Rewrite it all.
Who
Never
gets to
get
say what's in
elected.
it?
Scrap it.
It's going to be the
rewrite it.
Republicans and the Democrats, and it's just going to come out to be basically the same shit.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, what would you change in 2.0? I feel like half the things just they need to stuff for technology because we can't keep up with technology.
What's your great idea, Chloe?
The Constitution would be a giant get repo. Everyone can submit
Get
pull
repo.
requests.
Yeah. People actually have that idea. Like,
That's
like,
actually
why
not a bad idea.
Actually, some people think all laws should be
A pull request.
in the actual like a get repo, so you can see all the changes, right?
You can
in
see
depth.
other
Are we
people's
blockchaining our
Yeah.
Declaration of Independence in our
Not blockchain.
Constitution?
comments. It's not
See,
You can
can't
verify
say
everything,
you
it's
make
a ledger.
references to them.
okay.
That's actually
But
not a
yeah.
bad idea if everybody could actually have a literal say in what the law is. Like, you know, quickly
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay, fines are now percentage based. They're not
Oh, yeah.
like here's the set fee.
Well, Bill Gates, you were doing 95 and a 65. That'll be $845 million.
With obvious limits. Let me correct that.
Caps at something.
Yeah.
No, fuck them.
No,
These
you
billionaires-
paid 50 mil.
These
You know what?
billionaires go on a bender and get fucking pulled over. We
You
all
know what?
get a fucking boost in the economy. Fuck
Harry
them.
does have a
Whatever.
point. If it's
Yeah.
5% of my money, why shouldn't it be 5% of his money?
Yeah, who gives a
But
fuck?
here's what's really going to happen is there is
He's
going to
the
be
high
some
chauffeur.
pimp captains of the police, you know, that just retire with $850 million that they managed to, you know, weasel out of the company.
Yeah, I feel like bribes would really go up if it was percentage based.
Yeah, the department that pulled over Bill Gates, their new uniform is going to be fur coats and pimp rings.
I think the other law, I think the police reform would be pretty great too in that regard.
Yeah.
I think a lot more money would go to the community instead of the police.
That'd be dandy.
I can only imagine. You know how, like, okay, cops can over-exaggerate what you're doing to, like, make the crime seem like it happened, or, like, plant drugs, whatever. everyone's planting drugs on Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos.
They just suddenly like they keep putting kilos in like their car rentals and stuff.
I think I smell weed on you, Jeff Bezos. I think I'm gonna have to search the car.
Well. What do we have here? Okay, what do you think would be the greatest downfall of if... Obviously, you have to be smart enough to be able to do push and pulls in a Git. So, I think that actually helps a little bit. But what do you think would be like a major thing that would happen if people kept being able to put their own laws into place and people would vote on them and have that system in place?
Who gets to be the reviewer?
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody has to... How do you like actually approve those?
Yeah, there's got to be an actual system
Major-
against all of it, right?
Yeah, should be judges.
Yeah.
Because when you do the Git stuff, there's like the what do you call it? Like the main file or the original file that
Branch.
there's branches and stuff. So like, who actually approves everything and says, okay, this is the one that's actually going into place, or how's that work?
So that would be the vote of the legislature, right?
Yeah.
And they'd have to vote on every single like change request.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
Well, they have to vote on it now. They just don't read it. Like the stimulus, they complained that like it was 1,000 pages or
5,000
something,
pages.
and they didn't read any of it. They passed it in like 2 hours because the respective parties came out and just told them to vote that way or else.
I wonder who actually like types all that shit up.
Interns.
Like they can just like slide
Yeah,
shit in there
exactly.
since nobody's reading it. Like, and also I get $1 million
I'm sure.
Yeah.
approved. Like, is there ever a proofreader? Like somebody goes through all 1,000 pages?
I'm sure. So yeah, so they hire the like staffers, right, from all the Ivy League colleges that come and work for them,
Yeah, they probably
right?
proofread.
And so it's basically like it's a clique that at the high level, like Pelosi and a couple other people, like what's the other Democrat, Schumer?
Mm-hmm.
He's got a lot of power.
Yeah, I never really thought about that,
And
but that seems like a
What's the
very
turtle on the
specific job.
Republicans?
Mitch
McConnell.
McConnell.
Bill writing.
Yeah, like they have their teams, right? And I'm sure they check off against each other.
Yeah.
Right, some write, some review, whatever. Eventually they come to it, and then they just go and tell the other people that are elected to represent you.
I'm sure
You're
they
gonna
have
vote
like
for
bullet
it.
point.
Like, it doesn't matter. You're
one
gonna vote
pager.
for it. They basically have that, I think. Like, here's basically what's in it, but you're going to vote for it anyways, because otherwise you're not going to get funding to run in your election.
Yeah.
We'll just run somebody else.
And that's American democracy.
Yeah.
But
We
then
did it.
again, like if you allow everybody to comment on a PR, some people are gonna be like really dumb and just waste everybody's time to read it.
Yeah.
Then vaccines, they're going to implant microchips in
Okay.
my brain.
How are you gonna deal with that? You gotta have like a mod or something, like remove trash comments.
The other thing is, it's anytime it becomes like mass amounts of people. America's 350 million people.
Yeah,
Like, there's just no way of organizing them well.
that's true.
Yeah. The more you think about it
I
and
mean-
start breaking it down, you're like, man, this sucks.
It's,
Yeah.
it's not
I
a
just wish I
popular
was rich.
opinion, but I always think you have to have a read-or-write ability of a high school student to be able to vote.
Well,
But-
that's what I'm saying with the Git system. Like, you'd have to be able to, like, how many people can even use a computer competently enough to even download
Yeah.
Git and
You can
do Git
provide a
commands?
better user interface for that.
Not
Yeah,
nearly
but
enough.
A lot of people are functionally illiterate. And then
Yeah.
it is an argument, like, they should be represented somehow. Like, they can't be like, oh, we're just not going to give any, like, funding to disability or any funding to learning to become illiterate.
They can go find their local
Become not
IT
illiterate.
guy. I'm sure there'd be IT shops if you wanted to get your
Yeah.
information in. So if this system, say the system was implemented, what would be one of the first things you would send to the system as a law that you would want to see?
A law?
Yeah, a law. Like something you would
Oh.
want to actually
It should
happen.
be 100% illegal to charge for something without knowing the price ahead of time. Like, you should not have... Basically,
Kind of, I was about to say healthcare, basically.
you need to know the prices. Like, you cannot have hidden prices that you don't get to find out until you bought the service. It's fucking crazy that that's not illegal already.
It's
right?
pretty fucking absurd.
It's insane.
What's funny is I was going with a healthcare bit too, because I would put that healthcare can't go through jobs.
Imagine all the
Yeah.
healthcare
Healthcare for all.
database of the prices.
To me, it's the most
insurance.
broken thing about the United States.
Yeah,
itself.
it really is.
It's just
Yeah,
unbelievably
but
corrupt.
Imagine if you put everything online.
Yeah.
How many people go to jail?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's yours, Harry?
Yeah, I was gonna say healthcare for all, or something of that nature.
Yeah. It's just.
We need to change.
It's quite universal
Something.
in America.
I
I
don't
think
care
that our
what it
healthcare
is.
system just doesn't work,
What it is
and it's
now
all
is
garbage.
just.
It's
Yeah,
a
it's
law.
clear corporatocracy.
It's a law that everyone gets a blowjob on Sundays.
Okay,
You get it.
so
Blowjob
But
coupon.
see, this is where you create the obligation, Harry, which means I think you're going to be given a lot of blowjobs on Sundays.
You get a coupon for a blowjob, like food stamps, and you. Take
I
it
think
to the
Harry would be
blowjob
down. He'd be
store.
like, "I guess I'm giving blowjobs."
You can go to the blowjob
Really?
store.
Even if
Yeah,
it's
sure.
like
It's blowjob
don't
Sunday,
know.
baby.
Mitch McConnell's coming to you for his blowjob, Harry.
Ugh.
He's gonna use
there's
teeth.
hold on. There's a clause of a glory hole clause. Anonymity is important.
The glory hole clause. This is the great
Dick
amendment.
turtles out of his little shell too.
I evoke the glory hole clause, Your Honor.
Okay, so since obviously we all picked healthcare, I think we need our second one. What would be our second most important thing? I'll go first, so you guys can think of it. Legalizing all
Social
drugs and
Security.
taxing it. Every single one of them.
Ooh, I do like that.
I feel like the drug war is another major issue in America that just cascades. Like
I'm
I think
gonna
a lot of
disagree with
police
that.
reform is needed because of the drug wars.
Yeah.
I would say I would put more law on what cops shouldn't. Police should have a higher standard.
Yeah, but how do you make that a law?
That's what I'm not sure if I have a law, but if they break the law, they should be charged at a much higher penalty.
So
And
remove
they should
qualified
always be
immunity.
assumed of lying. They need to prove their innocence, right?
Oh,
Should
like
be the
flip it?
opposite system for them. We assume the cop's guilty. They have to prove their
Oh,
innocence,
I like that.
right? I think that's the law. Is cops must. That means that's why they have to have the camera.
Don't you think qualified
Cops are
immunity
guilty.
would remove a lot of that? If you can sue a cop, that kind of puts them in the situation where they can be sued for their actions.
Sued, but that's not criminal, right?
Yeah, that's not criminal. You can sue anyone for anything.
Yeah,
can't
but
go-
if you can be
yeah, they
sued,
can't
you
go to-
want to be a lot more careful with your actions, right?
Yeah, but no, but planting drugs on somebody. If somebody says they planted drugs on me and the cop can't prove that they didn't, as in they had a camera the whole time.
Yeah, but doesn't that open
They
up to
can
where it just
show-
reverses the role where you can get out of shit by saying shit? And if they don't have cameras in the right angles or something, it'd be like, well, I
They
guess
have to
you're
have
getting
cameras.
arrested
That's-
now for that.
That's it. I think they need to be damn sure they have cameras. Because otherwise, sorry, you probably planted drugs on him. And that is a prison sentence.
Well, with
They're gonna
mine,
be
you
damn
can't even...
sure if that's the...
With my rules
What's
in
gonna
place,
happen?
planting drugs wouldn't even matter. You'd just be like, why'd you give me cocaine?
Yeah,
Thanks,
yeah,
bud.
Okay. So I grant your rule should be in place too, but they still have a lot of power and authority that they should not be able to take advantage of.
Yeah, I agree. Harry?
Chloe, what do you have? What's your
Chloe?
second law?
Oh. I was just thinking social security system is just not gonna work. You come up with a new one. That's it.
Something that actually is
Pay for your own
financially-
retirement, or...
I think just more like a 401k, where it's it's clear you don't have to worry about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Mandatory.
Because,
no matter where you work, just
Like a government
automatically-
401k, it's automatically
Yeah.
put into stocks
Well,
or mutual funds.
Social Security, it's they can change the rules anytime they want. They can make it
Right.
the retirement age is 70. Now you don't get it till you're 70. So you're just at their mercy, right?
Yeah, that's true.
That's the part that really sucks.
You have to pay into it. You can't just...
Yeah.
What is it right now?
I
Like
don't want any
63,
Social Security.
65?
You can't.
62 for early retirement, I think, and 65 for full
That
retirement.
is so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, maybe it will be that when we retire, but it's a lot of speculation. It won't be. I don't know. It's hard to say. You're just gambling on 20 years. You just gotta hope it all goes okay.
Yeah, that's why I care more about a 401k than I do my Social Security.
Yeah, because you can control it.
Yeah. That's some bullshit.
So anyways. Oh shit. All right, Harry, we need yours now.
No censorship in the media.
What?
No censorship in the media.
No regulating media.
I like that, but do we already have that? What do we?
I think
No.
Censorship everything.
Are you
think-
kidding?
Yeah, but government.
Our whole
mandate.
fucking social structure shut down because Janet Jackson flashed a nipple at the Super Bowl.
All right,
The
that was
world came to a
2004
stop.
though.
Exactly.
there was a
Yeah.
ripple
Whatever.
effect from that, though.
Literally, yeah, live TV isn't live
Or a
anymore
nipple
because of that
effect,
one
should I
nipple.
say.
Literally because of that nipple, live TV isn't live. It's on a delay now.
Oh, is it? I didn't
Yeah,
know
like
that.
a 4-second delay.
Yeah, because of that. Because of the nipple.
That's stupid.
But is it
The nipple
I guess
that changed the world.
FCC, and that is actually government like controlled.
Yeah.
I just don't feel that's really a problem anymore, though.
How
Who
many?
the fuck watches network television?
Well, even so, movies, everything.
That's a valid point.
I mean, true.
Yeah, but no, movies. I can watch porn.
Yeah.
Easy. I'm 3 clicks away from porn, and some of the most fucked up porn you can imagine.
I have 2 screens right
You know
now.
what? He's got a valid point here.
Right? Like,
It's more like a political stance.
yeah, like
Say something.
Are you really 3 clicks away? I feel like it'd take a little long.
you don't know what I have it favorited, man.
Bam, bam, bam.
He has smart glasses on. The left lens is
Midget
all
Hamilton
over the
porn,
place.
here we go.
Now I know, Nick, what you're watching lately.
Was it? But so, like, I don't know, censorship. So, on the one hand, you do want people to say anything they want. I'm all for that.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I do like the private corporate, like, they own it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like, it's their platform.
I'm completely
they
fine
get to
with
say
it.
what's on it.
Yeah, I'm completely fine with
So if
private companies.
NBC doesn't want nips on their TV show, then they don't want nips on their TV show.
Okay.
I was feeling like if you have your own group,
Yeah.
your private group, you should be able to say whatever you want.
Yeah,
In
that I
your
even agree
private
with.
group.
Yeah.
Like for public message,
That's kind of somewhat
Yeah.
being eradicated a little. It's kind of weird. I think we talked about this before, Nick, how now the left is the censorship
Yeah.
group instead of the right.
Yeah, but
Like when we grew
the
up,
thing
the
is,
Republicans wanted to censor shit.
they're not doing it governmentally, though.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
it's all private companies. That's what.
Like,
no.
I don't want a law for them, but I dislike them because of it.
Yeah.
Like these dipshits
Like,
who
I
complain
just think
about
dicks.
the Dr. Seuss thing. Did you guys already talk about the Dr.
Yeah.
Seuss garbage?
No, we haven't
No,
really
no,
discussed it.
but I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like these Republicans are saying, they're trying to cancel us, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, it's the company who owns the rights to publish
Yeah.
these books are choosing not to publish these books. Aren't you all capitalists? Shouldn't you like be supportive of what a company who owns something is doing with something
So
they
I
own?
am, but I'm also like, just publish them and people will buy you. Like Amazon fucking sells Mein Kampf.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm not
that's
As you
saying
said,
like
don't buy
they
it if you
can.
don't want it.
They're a private company; they can choose what they want to sell and not.
Yeah.
It's just you kind of look like a douche. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
sell it, and if people want to buy it, they buy it. If they don't, they don't. I don't care.
Yeah.
Let the market decide.
I mean, if Dr.
But at the
Seuss
same
company
time-
doesn't want to
But,
sell it,
I mean-
that's fine.
you can't be naive either. Like they're obviously doing it to get brownie points with liberal
Yeah.
people. Because if there was a Dr. Seuss book, Horton Hails Hitler, and it was the best-selling book, of course they're going to keep printing it. They're not going to take a moral stance
Yeah.
against that. You know, we're not dumb.
Yeah,
Horton hails
that's what I
Hitler.
say. I
What
don't
have
think
you
there
done,
should be
Harry?
A law, but there should be like I don't like you because you're granting brownie points for them to take off Dr. Seuss books that while they still sell Mein Kampf. Who cares?
By the way, that's
Yeah.
going to be the name of the episode now. Horton hails Hitler.
Horton Hills is Hitler.
Better get to work on writing that one. Is Horton a trademark Can we write this book?
Probably, because it's not a thing that... It's only exists in Dr. Seuss, right? It's got to be...
Horton here's a Jew.
That's perfect.
Oh god, it's too easy.
Oh, geez.
It's like that first scene in Inglourious Bastards.
What did you... Look at what you started, Harry.
Sorry.
Now we're gonna be banned.
Oh no, canceled.
And now our 10 listeners won't ever listen to this podcast again. Thanks, Harry. Libsyn is going to cancel us now. You know what, though?
Yeah.
I've always said, if we somehow get canceled, I feel like it's a positive because we got big enough to get canceled.
No, people have to care enough about you to cancel you.
That's what I'm saying.
Care that you got canceled.
If we get to the point...
got canceled.
If we get to the point where we are canceled, if somebody actually comes out and cancels us, we've gotten big enough to get that recognition.
All right, I'm going to send a clip of you saying, I'm going to write Horton, here's a Jew, to what company you work for, and we'll see how big the podcast
that's not
gets.
the canceling I'm talking about. That's me being canceled in my job. I'm talking about the podcast publicly.
Oh, the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, if the podcast get canceled, it had to be big enough for somebody to give a shit.
Yeah.
Exactly. I feel like if just the right person listens to this podcast, it could happen, though.
What's the worst thing you can do to get canceled?
Say that again?
Harry, you go so we can record it.
So we can play that on loop, sir. I mean, he's already said Horton hails Hitler.
These fucking sister fuckers are fucking pissed off that we're canceling, quote unquote, Pepe Le Pew and shit. These motherfuckers back in the fucking 2000s tried to cancel French fries. Remember that shit?
Oh, yeah.
Same.
That's so
See,
true.
I
That's
party
true.
of
all of
fucking
this.
Yes,
freedom
All this
prize.
agreed.
culture war bullshit.
Yeah. The
I really
party of
do hate the
freedom prize are
cultural
trying
war.
to tell us what to do. The fuck out of here.
But I don't want them to cancel Pepe Le Pew either. I never said...
But that's the thing. They're
Freedom
not
fries, that's what it
canceling
was.
anything. WB is choosing not to do something. There's a difference. We're not collectively
Yeah, but
getting together and saying that.
I'm just saying there's nothing wrong with Pepe Le Pew. So he's a little rapey. Tell the kids that's a little rapey
isn't?
skunk. Little rapey skunk. Skunks are a little rapey. It's
Is that
okay.
his movie, The Little Rapey Skunk?
The little
Yeah.
little skunk that raped.
Like it, if I want to watch Pepe Le Rapey Pew in my own private home, I can get a lot worse on the internet.
That is true.
Once again, you got a really good point. We really are in a weird cultural war. Do you think it's a ongoing thing, like it'll never
I
end?
dislike the douchebags that wanted to do freedom fries, and I dislike the douchebags that want to do let's not sell Pepe Le Pew. Just sell them both. Like, no one cares.
But once again, Nick, it's not.
You don't have to.
People
Just
didn't
say
cancel
French fries.
Pepe
It's
Le
okay.
Pew. Warner Brothers did. Like they're like,
Yeah, but
But they did get the brownie
wants Warner
points,
Brothers
right?
To not sell
Yeah.
it, right? Somebody wants Warner Brothers to not sell it.
yeah.
They're douchebags. People want people to say freedom fries rather than French fries. Those people are douchebags. They're all douchebags. People trying to control what media you consume, what you say, what you think. They're both trying to control you.
I really
They're
like
both
the.
different sides of the same coin. They're trying to control you. You can't watch Pepe Le Pew. We want to restrict it. You can't say French fries. We want to restrict it.
I really like how. I think Joe Rogan might be the first time I've actually heard it was the virtue signaling. We're in a very virtue signaling culture where it's like.
Oh, no.
For sure.
I think the first person is probably Robin Hansen. Like, that's the first time I ever.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's where I first heard it. I don't know who
George
came up
Mason.
with
You
it.
should definitely read the guy. Overcoming Bias. But anyways, yeah.
Especially on. It seems like a lot of this stems from like Twitter.
Yeah, just
Oh, sure. Any social media.
I have the right opinions.
Yeah.
It's so much that.
Everyone having a voice.
A lot of voices are actually not that important.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
because it's not the vocal majority. It's no vox populi. It's fucking dickhead influencers that think they're fucking gods.
So once again, do you think this is like an ongoing cultural war that will like always continue? There'll always be something because of social media
Yeah.
that we always will fight over like this.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know. No, because at like 1950s, I don't think there was like a cultural war, right? At
What?
some point,
That's not true. Like, you showed like a little
Yeah.
skin on TV. They're like, what the fuck?
Try to be a black person in the 50s. What?
maybe a little, but for the most
What the
part,
hell?
it's a very like.
Try to be
everyone's
openly
mo-
gay in the 50s.
Yeah.
Wait.
Try to be a black person in the 50s. That was a very good
Okay.
point there, Harry.
But for the most part, I would say like 80% of America were Christians that believed in America. Like the craziest bit in like the 40s that I thought was insane is that when we went to World War II, like people were eager to sign up to fight for America. Right? Like they all believed they were
They were
one nation.
the original virtue
was-
signalers.
There was a huge cultural homogeneity, right? And that's completely broken down.
But can't you say some of that is
And yeah, okay, blacks weren't included, but like 80% of it was white, and they were, I think, most of the whites were on the same page. Like, it was pretty much their culture,
But
right? People were very much on the same page then.
but
So, I mean, it can be that way. It's just, I don't think it's a creative period.
don't you think
not
though?
like-
You said like a lot, like 80% were Christian. Like, how many were actual Christians and how many were just following the culture? Like, I don't want to
yeah.
seem like I'm not
Yeah.
Christian
I
because
don't
that's
think
the
it's
culture
like-
right now.
I'm not saying that it was a good thing. Don't get me wrong here. I'm just saying that there was some cultural homogeneity, like where people were pretty much. There wasn't a culture war as much. Like culture wars set off in the 60s,
True.
right?
I got
no.
a question. Do you
No,
think it gets
Jesse
better when the
Owens.
boomers die? Maybe when
Nah,
a lot of them go away, does it calm down a little bit? Because a lot
No,
of people
'cause
are like,
I really
yeah,
thought, like-
trans people are okay. I'm fine with it. Who cares?
Like, did you think when the Christians lost that things would get better? Because I think they've lost, and I think the
Oh, yeah,
rulers have
that's
just
true.
become kind of the douchebags sometimes. Like that just
You know what?
kinda,
That's a
like,
good point.
moralize.
Maybe
Like,
that's
they
the
just
thing,
wanna
they don't have-
moralize all of everything.
They don't have anything else to fight
Lost.
over, so they find things to fight over.
Yeah, like somebody's just gonna find something to moralize on, and I don't hear much about Jesus anymore. But I hear, well, you should hire more whatever people.
So, people like
Like I don't.
some people just want to be oppressed. Like, I need to find
Yeah.
a way to be oppressed so I can be upset about
I swear
it.
it was the Christians in the early 2000s,
Yeah.
but I just don't hear it anymore.
What group of people is truly oppressed right now in America? Because we go over off seas, people are really, really oppressed.
I don't know if we're
Yeah, I
in
was
the
gonna say
position
like not much.
to know
Not
that,
really.
because none of us are oppressed. I mean,
Yeah, so who's oppressed in America right
We do
now?
have
Like, truly
some-
oppressed. The poor?
poor people, black people getting murdered by police, Asian people
Yeah,
that
how
are getting
many
hated on for no
Get
reason.
murdered.
Yeah,
It's
I,
very rare.
yeah, they don't get murdered so much, but they do get targeted. And I feel like this is also
I feel like we have no stake in this. Like we're three white
I'm trying
kids.
to think of
Yeah, but
anybody
we
that's
can-
not obvious. Like
it's just not like you can't truly be a
I honestly just think
That
it's
oppressed.
mostly people that didn't finish high school.
Uh,
Oh, that's a
Matter the
good
race. Like if you
Education.
didn't finish high school, you're fucked in this economy.
Yeah.
Like you have no chance. It doesn't matter.
Well,
yeah.
unless daddy is loaded.
Yeah. Well,
The illiterate and
high school.
uneducated,
Yeah.
which tends to be the poor.
They tend to. Yeah, they're more than like.
That's kind of I think the poor just kind of encompasses all of that as well.
Yeah, it actually doesn't matter which race you are, as long as you're poor.
Yeah.
You're pretty.
Yeah.
fucked.
The people in West Virginia, they're white people. They don't have an education, like the coal miners. Like, and obviously they have no opportunities. They're fucked. They got nothing.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
that's true.
I mean, that's why they're all dying of whatever.
Whatever it's called.
black lung.
No, the drugs, right?
Oh, like meth and
opioids.
all that.
Social
Yeah.
shit.
Opioids. Yeah.
Like, I think it's if you are uneducated and like in this economy, you've got to be able to read and write.
Here's the problem: they can't fight their war on Twitter because they're illiterate.
Yeah, and here's the problem: like, we don't even need them to like go kill random people that much anymore, right?
Yeah.
Used to be able
Like,
to just join
yeah.
an army.
Yeah, exactly. We just push them in the army, but like, go kill some foreigners we don't like.
You can pull this trigger, right? Cool.
And
You're
one,
in.
it thins you idiots out, and then two, you got something to do. But now it's like, yeah, we'll just get a drone. We'll just drone all our enemies.
Yeah, I was to say, do we even...
We'll bomb them from far away.
Are we ever going to have, like, an actual war where we fight,
No.
like, on land
No. Why would you?
with soldiers?
Yeah, I don't...
So, the war...
It's just occupying it territory.
The Cold War never stopped, right? It's just
Yeah.
not fought with fucking anything. They fucked our election. They've been slowly squeezing us down like that. I mean, they're still fighting us. You think the Russian just stopped? Like, oh,
Yeah, I think they're part of this cultural war that we're in.
What's the percentage of our economy that they are? I feel like,
Who knows?
okay, I think, yeah, we won. Just economically, we destroy them.
and
This is
then
why I
China-
don't buy that much of the Russian election stuff. Is like, do you know what they spend on the KGB and what we spend on our CIA and NSA? No, they don't have a fucking chance.
So who's our true enemy then?
China.
As I say, it has to be China, right?
Yeah, they got way more money.
You know, even though I feel like it's not my position to say, but
Yeah.
I agree with what Nick said here.
Yeah.
You're like not your position to say the only Chinese person here has no say.
Yeah.
in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
So you think we're just going to constantly fight this Cold War with economic and cultural battles?
Yes.
Mostly
Yeah,
economic.
because we don't want to send the nukes, right? Because
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
I feel like we also
like, that's the
learned
end.
that you can affect a country way more by attacking it economically.
Oh, absolutely.
It's actually happening.
We bombed the fuck out of Japan and accidentally turned them into like what, the 8th highest GDP, you know? Yeah.
Like,
It's like, whoops.
and you're not allowed to have an army. Okay, we'll just make video games then.
We'll
Fuck.
make her cars. Yeah. Whoops.
Pretty amazing how they turn
Whoops.
things around.
You guys got
Yeah.
really good at making cars in video games.
So that was Germany's downfall. They lost the
true.
First World War and tried it again. It's like, well, no.
That's
Should've
true,
made better
too.
Cars, asshole.
Fine, we're just going to make board games and cars. All right. Damn it. Maybe we need to start bombing other countries just so we can get more good stuff.
Yeah, we built all these bombs. Shit.
The most recent boycott that I heard is about the cotton that produced in Xinjiang province,
Oh yeah, they're
where they reported to use Uyghur labor.
yeah.
Oh,
did
yeah.
you hear
Oh,
about
yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, that's fucked up. They basically have, like, concentration camps and slaves now.
And we aren't doing shit about it. They asked, like, Biden
What were
about
the
it.
companies?
What was it
That-
used to be like H&M, Nike, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I bet you, those companies are all so coming out for the social justice causes
Oh,
in the last
absolutely.
like 5
Oh,
years.
yeah, Nike's
But
big
in the
time.
meanwhile, there are fucking slave camps.
Yeah, absolutely.
Doesn't Nike have that, what's the NFL player for the Black Lives Matter?
Kaepernick.
Yeah, didn't they, like,
yeah,
sponsor him or something and give him
Yeah.
commercials?
Yeah.
Probably.
These companies spend like $90 million on a commercial where they
Yeah.
like brag that they gave $100,000 to a charity.
Yeah. The worst
Give a
one was
fuck. I don't give a
what was
It's
the-
true, though.
when the oil spill, like back in 2008,
BP.
right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they had like a commercial of them scrubbing
Yeah.
the bird or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
But it did come out that they spent like a massive amount of millions of dollars on that commercial, and they spent next to nothing on actually like doing anything for the wildlife.
And Nick,
It was all about the commercial.
guess how much I still go to BP to get my gas?
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, but
Yeah, what are you
to
gonna
some
do about
people
it?
it must matter.
Does it, though?
I don't know why else would you spend millions of dollars on a commercial.
No, I mean, like, does
I'm
it...
Gonna,
Did it... It
I'm gonna
worked.
buy BP oil
I-
because they clean birds.
Yeah, I mean, it worked as in, like, people
Yeah.
just get their gas wherever's closest to them or convenient.
Yeah, rather than taking a stand against BP
Yeah.
because they're definitely assholes.
You know,
That's just like oh, we fucked that one up. Oh well.
this is my problem with, so I used to be more heavy libertarian, but this is my problem with libertarianism is people are just lazy and, like, sometimes you just won't fight a company because you can't have that much information on companies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, I'm going to use BP because it's down the road from me.
The information is the price, Zach, and that slave labor gets that price down.
That is true.
I do see that's kind of the problem. Is like, yeah, it kind of gives you an incentive to, you know.
Once you have enough money, you can make your
solve by like taking a stand as the consumer. I don't think. I think like you literally need the government to go and invade and like free people.
Mm-hmm.
That's not like libertarian. Like, I'm not so libertarian. There shouldn't be a government with an army. I think you should do that.
Yeah, you do need that.
But even that, it's not gonna solve
Libertarianism is astrology for white men.
Is it?
That's how I look at libertarianism.
That's the minimum amount of work to do.
I feel like with all governments, you need a mix of governments. Like, you can't just have pure libertarianism. You can't just have pure democracy. It doesn't work.
I just think there's no real good solution in any of it. I'm more libertarian. I feel like it's not the best system. There are a million problems, but I think it's better than most.
The common denominator with any government is people, and people are fucking shit.
Yeah,
and it'll never
yeah,
work.
that's the problem.
Yeah,
it's like that. Like, it goes back to where we said, like, 350 million people. There's no good way to organize them.
Did you ever hear about there was some town that went pure libertarian, and they had like bears that would come and like destroy the town and like eat food and like.
What does it mean to be pure libertarian? A town.
Hold on. I'll pull up like the.
Is a town even a libertarian ideal? Shouldn't it just be whatever property you own?
Well, by town, it's probably like a commune, like a certain amount of people that did it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, this is easily solvable with libertarian. Get a machine gun and mow down the bears.
Yeah, but here's what happened is like a lot of people went like, it's not my problem, like somebody else deal with it because there was no like public people dealing with it. Like bears, you can't just like go and like it's not that easy to kill a bear. Like you have to have the proper.
It's not that. No, it's easy to kill a bear with a gun.
It's not that easy.
They can't take that many bullets.
Have you tried killing a bear with a gun?
With my bare hands.
Nice.
Not handgun, the machine gun.
Yeah, if you're a libertarian.
Yeah, if Davy Crockett can take it out with his bare hands, Zach, I can do it with a gun.
Oh, this didn't pull up the one.
This sounds made up to me, but I don't know.
Okay, so libertarians took control of this small town. It didn't end well. A libertarian walks into the bar is the name of the book that like describes this whole thing that happened.
Okay.
It's 20,000 people were there. Let me get into it.
And it didn't.
Yeah, I mean, we can take like. Democrats took control of a crown. It's called Chicago. It didn't work out very well. It's called Baltimore. It didn't work out very well. All the major cities you can say for Democrats because they're all shitty. Like, because they're all Democrat controlled. So all the shitty ones, they didn't work out. And then you can take all the Republican small towns. You can take all the small towns that were shitty and say, the Republicans took over, so it didn't turn out
Here's another problem they had.
Like, all right.
So here's one problem they had.
Shelby.
They had a guy who had a conviction of 129 counts of child pornography, and was it?
Okay, what does that have to do with libertarianism, though?
He was a sex offender for 8 to 22 years, so he was living in this area, and they asked him politely to leave.
Politely.
No, see, you should arrest them. I don't think that's libertarianism. And then here's another one.
That just sounds like lawless.
Here's a story I could write easily.
Well,
So
they
voted.
they refused to make a resolution against that,
and thus Killdozer rose, and thus they created Killdozer, right? Like that's the opposite of libertarianism that created Killdozer, right? You can easily write these stories.
Yeah,
it's in general. I think that would probably lead to the less problems because I don't like people having power, right?
Yeah,
I think just figure it out on your own. Like, any other system gives other people power, and I just don't trust other people.
So here's what the libertarian president said. Children who willingly participate in sexual acts have the right to make that decision. Whoa. So that's why they never made laws against it.
Whoa.
Yeah, see, does that libertarianism, or is that just a creepy pedophile?
It sounds like the latter.
There's creepy pedophiles that will use...
They're abusing the system.
Libertarianism.
Right.
Just like there are creepy weirdos that will use religion to justify their weird shit. Like, there's creepy people.
That's
like,
true.
It's the same thing when the media just, like, Fox News goes out and they just interview the dumbest fucking liberals they can find.
Yeah.
And then CNN goes out and they interview the dumbest fucking Republicans they can find.
Yeah.
That's all this is. That's all any of this ever is.
They never play the clip of the smart guy answering the question.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's always that. Like, you could always... It's a big country.
That's what I hate
Find
about
all
those
of this.
late night shows. They always do that where they ask, like basic, like, history questions. Or something. They never play the clips of the people actually answering them correctly and
it's
getting
like,
everything
I could
right.
watch
That's not
them and I'll
funny.
go like, of course I know the answer. I could give, like, good answers. I could tell you why the question is dumb.
Yeah.
But
always
no,
like-
you just get the morons that they find.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I always hated about those clip shows. Is it's just like you're handpicking like dumb people and then making fun of them, and not playing any of the clips of the people that were smart answering the questions.
See, it goes back to poor people.
Yeah,
Discriminate.
the uneducated are the ones discriminated against. We
Full
don't
circle.
find those morons,
Full
That's
circle.
so sad, actually.
and we use them to justify, like,
Whatever cost you.
yeah,
might
like, I can go and justify my libertarianism by finding the Killdozer story. Like, if I took that as, like, the example of what all government is. Or, like, if Baltimore...
The Killdozer
or, like,
story is a beautiful
Portland
story.
falling apart. Like, those stories so justify libertarianism. But I don't want to use that as, like, definitely that's why it's right. Like,
Yeah.
no, like, in general, I just don't want to give power to people because people abuse power. And, yeah, like, the Killdozer is an example of that.
The problem is to write laws and stuff like that. You do have to have people in power.
Yeah, who's to say who
Yeah.
gets to write the law? Then?
Eventually, somebody has to be in power.
Exactly. It's hard to actually institute real libertarianism like that. Like, at some point, you have to have somebody or somebody doing something. That's why it's hard to, like, what's the stop? Because I don't believe in pure, like, anarcho-capitalism. Like, I think you should have armies and stuff. But I think in general, like, legalize all drugs.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, I
want
mean,
all
I
the-
guess my libertarian viewpoints are that simple as in personal freedom and limits on government as much as you can.
Yeah. And the cops, like, I feel like the cops should basically be assumed guilty unless they prove otherwise. I think that's a very libertarian position. You have a lot of power. You need to have a lot of, like, responsibility, like, put on you. Like, you should have...
Did you just fucking Stan Lee
way
us?
more easily if you get that power, right? Yeah, like, if you get power, you should have a lot more responsibility. Like, you should
Yeah.
have to record everything you do.
That's fair. I get it.
So,
No one
anyways.
man should have all that power. Kanye West was a libertarian.
Oh, is
We went from what was the bit we went off on Hamilton to
To poop
big
in a
dick
punch
energy
bowl?
and some weird shit. Now we're too serious of stuff, and it's not that fun.
do we need to go back into poop in a punch bowl? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, turn it in a punch bowl. Kamala Harris is.
Oh, let me tell you.
lasering
All right, here's something
things.
lighthearted.
Yeah.
I stumbled upon the greatest sport ever. It is called kabaddi. It's an Indian sport. It is 7-on-7, and
Okay.
you can it's kind of like a little dodgeball court. There's a half line and then two sides to it.
Mhm.
One person on your team goes to the other side and raids the other team of 7. And
What do you
to
mean raid?
The other team was,
So
okay.
they're on the other side of they're on enemy territory, and they need to touch someone, like tag them. And once they tag them, they have to get back across the other line, the halfway line. Anyone they touched is out, like a dodgeball. But as soon as they touch someone, the entire defensive team can stop you from going across the line by tackling you, grappling you, whatever.
Oh
To
shit!
stop you from getting across the line. And the attacker has to do all of this in one breath. He has to constantly chant kabaddi, 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 kabaddi. As soon as he stops, he obviously isn't breathing. You know, he took a breath, so his time's up. So you have to do it all in one breath, tag someone, and then run out. And there's, strategy
What?
because the defenders can't leave out of bounds either. So the attacker can kind of like force him into a corner, tag someone else, and run away. So once he tags someone, you have to make the choice. Okay, do we all dogpile on this guy and stop him? What if he's wiry and he slips past? Because all you have to do is get a finger over the halfway line, and you're considered over.
You said this was an Indian sport?
Yeah. So if y'all dogpile on him and he still gets across, all of you are out. They get all the points. Or if he's like a big motherfucker and just trucking through everyone, do you just sacrifice someone, or do you all try to take him out? It's exhilarating.
That's an interesting sport. I'll give you that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to see it.
Like,
you just put
so
in
why
Kabaddi.
doesn't the defending team all just go to the very back of the line, so that
They
guy
do.
has to run all the way to the back yelling Kabaddi, Kabaddi, Kabaddi?
Oh, the arena's not that big. It's really not.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's big enough
I'd say
where it's possible.
Maybe 10 feet, maybe.
Oh, it's
Midline
real.
to the back line. Yeah, it's not that big. Maybe 15 feet. I'm kind of exaggerating, but it's not as big as you think.
Like maybe like a tennis court, maybe.
No, probably half. Like think of half of a tennis court. Like,
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Like what we would play dodgeball on half of a
Yeah,
tennis court.
yeah. That's more akin to that. Yep.
That reminds me of a sport, shin kicking.
Shin kicking?
Yeah.
That's just kicking a guy in the shin.
It sounds very much like what it is, where you
Like
basically you
Bloodsport?
both put your hands on each other's shoulders and you kick each other's shins, but you're allowed to parry.
How was that wrong?
You're actually allowed to
Okay.
parry, like you're allowed to move your legs as they're trying to kick you to try and one block, dodge the blow or make it less severe. And once you've had enough, basically, you've given up, you lose, you have to there's a word you have to say. And what do you think the word is that you say when you're done?
Done with getting your shin kicked.
Yeah, you give up, you lose. The person has to say something where they're like,
Thank
give
you,
up.
Daddy.
It's just one
Thank
word.
you, what?
It's just one word.
Fuck.
Nope, they just go, sufficient.
Sufficient.
That sounds... So the whole game sounds like something a bunch of drunk retards come up with.
Absolutely. It's
But until they say sufficient, then it sounds sophisticated.
Yeah,
You
exactly. That's
remember
kind of...
Shelby High School. We played fucking quarters. It's just the same shit like that.
Yeah, it really is that
Yeah.
kind of...
But then in the end of quarters, did you say sufficient?
No,
We should have.
probably said who's selling meth today in Shelby. That's what we said.
So, what are the dumbest games we could come up with?
Oh, I like that. I don't know. I feel like I like those kind of sports, though, that are like the... What did you call it, Harry? What was that one?
Kabaddi. I didn't call it anything. That's what it's called. Kabaddi.
Yeah. What it's called? I feel like those are actually where there's actual strategy involved. It seems really silly, but it's actually really legit, and there's strategy to
Oh,
it.
absolutely.
Shin kicking is actually considered a martial art.
I guess so.
No. Thumb wrestling.
I don't know.
Thumb wrestling, the martial art.
Yeah, thumb wrestling.
Thumb wrestling. Oh man, I'd like an international thumb wrestling competition.
Do you
Dick
think that
jousting.
doesn't already exist?
Oh, I'm sure. There's competitive everything. There's competitive
Yeah.
Monopoly. You can do anything you want competitively.
Okay, here's the sport I want to invent. So I want
And just so you know, there is World Thumb Wrestling Championships.
Oh, I'm sure.
Thank you.
I'm sure there's
I'm
paper
actually,
football.
that
It's in the
makes
UK.
But I want okay, you start out with some logic problems or riddles and stuff like that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you start out with very small number of say shots. You do shots and you continue doing them. But it progresses. And the problems get easier, but you do more stuff. By the end you're doing PCP.
Oh, okay.
You're seeing if you can do basic addition.
I thought you were going to say more
okay.
shots or harder liquor.
No.
That really
No.
escalated.
Yeah,
I-
it escalates slowly. First you start with shots.
I feel like
And
it
then
should
you
start
change
even
the
lighter than
melon.
that.
Yeah,
Not even a shot.
Smoking a cigarette. or
Yeah, there you
something, I
go.
don't know.
Little
Gotta go
nicotine.
for
But
the
eventually, you're taking PCP, dropping acid, and you're trying to do basic addition compared to the other competitors.
It sounds like
And whoever can hold it all together better. That would be great to watch on TV. I would totally watch
the
that.
real challenge is not ODing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like if the tasks progress with the hard drugs. So by the time you're on PCP, you're like coding in Python or something. Trying to get programmed around.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
It sounds like it's kind of a take on the boxing chess situation. Where you like make a move and then you box for a round and then you go back
It's
to
like
playing
that,
some
but
chess
with
and then
PCP.
boxing. It's just instead of boxing, you're doing heavier and heavier drugs.
It's like that, but PCP is the tagline for our network of sports.
ES.
I think you should
PCP.
just start a whole sports network like ESPN, but with PCP. It's just the same game.
Where drugs are
Everyone's on
required.
PCP.
We do drug tests to make sure you're taking drugs. And
Oh, that would be.
This sounds so much more entertaining than any actual sport I would ever watch.
That's what the XFL should be. Is you just keep taking drugs every like play.
God, the
Yeah.
XFL.
See if you can even make a formation on the line, a scrimmage.
You got to make the game so simple at some point. It's like we don't really have rules other than get it in the end zone for your team.
Yeah.
Then anything else goes.
Because here's the twist: the refs are also on PCP.
The commentators too.
They're like giving yellow cards and shit to the camera.
Calling penalties that don't exist. That guy said a bad word 15 yards.
Sir, this one's baseball.
This guy talks like a fag and his shit's all retarded. 20 yards.
That guy's eating the other guy's face. Extra point.
Extra
Hey,
point.
what?
10 points for Gryffindor.
So we just want a whole entire channel dedicated to sports, but with drugs.
Yeah.
Anyone have any ideas of a sport that doesn't require the drug use? Like,
Okay.
I wiped out all your guys' ideas.
Gladiatorial games.
Dick jousting.
Oh, we should bring that back.
Like, I'm so jealous of the Romans that got to see, like, they say they filled up the Colosseum with, like, water and put actual, like, warships on it and fought, right?
Yeah, that's fucking
That's pretty
baller.
cool. I'd want to watch that. Yeah.
Why don't we
If
have
I
that?
could
God,
get
that'd be
time
so
travel,
cool.
I wouldn't kill Hitler. I'd go back and watch a boat fight.
Yeah, I feel like that would actually be one of the coolest sports to watch is anything in the Coliseum.
Yeah.
Like actually see a guy take on a tiger or something with, sword and a shield or a bow or whatever he might have.
A bear with a gun. I heard that's really hard.
It is. I don't think you understand. Like you can't just shoot a bear with any gun. Like you have to have the proper equipment.
it can't-
Like their hide
yeah,
is
it can't
super
be like-
thick.
It's got to be a good gun.
Yeah,
I feel like
Nick is
it's America.
saying-
You can buy some crazy fucking guns.
Right. Nick
You
is
can-
saying in the
you can
Libertarian
order a
Road, you got a
flamethrower.
fucking helicopter machine gun, and you're going to fucking turn
Yeah.
it into Swiss cheese. You're going to cut it in half with bullets. That's what he's saying.
Okay, well it didn't specify it was a
But-
helicopter machine gun.
Yeah, we'll take an
Exactly. If we're
anti-aircraft
going
gun.
if we're going full anarcho-capitalism, you can buy a nuclear warhead on the black market and take out the goddamn forest.
Oh shit, that would be the Coliseum of today. Like instead of warships, you would have like battling helicopters.
Yeah, that'd be kick-ass.
That would be
I'd watch
fucking
that.
baller. All right, let's
Okay,
let's
so
start our
before-
sports arena.
So the sport is dick jousting. You both pop a Viagra,
Jousting.
and then you slap each other's dicks. Is the only thing they can touch. And whoever gets soft loses.
Oh, dude, I think you might have just broken Rule 34. Because I don't know if that's going to exist if we Google it.
I ain't googling that one.
And then the winner fucks the loser.
I don't even know how to say
I googled the thumb wrestling. That's on you guys.
I don't know. I would not be shocked if there was a dick jousting porn.
Oh, I'm sure there
But
is.
I'm not going to say there's definitely one.
I know
pretty
there's,
sure-
there's fantasy porn where they like do MMA fights naked, and then oh no, I lost. And you
Wasn't
fuck
that how they
the
did
loser.
wrestling? Gecko
Yeah.
wrestling? I mean,
Absolutely.
without the fucking at the end, but
Oh no, they fucked little boys at the end. The winner got a small child to fuck in Greek times.
Jesus.
Hey, you got to keep it in check. Can't worship these guys.
All right. All right, Harry got a good one, Zach. Dick jousting. What's yours?
That is a pretty good one. Fuck. Man, without drugs, it does become a little more difficult. I don't know. I came up with helicopter battles. That's pretty
I
sweet.
said Viagra. I guess
Okay.
that's a drug. Damn. Never mind. I cheated.
Yeah, that is a drug.
Fuck.
It is harder if you don't get the Viagra. You just have to stay hard.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, that's part of the strategy. You got to think about shit, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it would actually be better without that.
Yeah.
I think Lyndon Johnson would have a real advantage in the sport.
Maybe. I mean, it requires more blood to fill up a bigger dick. So.
But
you have less jousting
how do you
area.
win in jousting? Yeah, like don't you want to poke them? What's
I don't know.
the goal here in the jousting?
There's various techniques. You can slap, you can poke, you can do the slingshot.
Wouldn't the
You do
jousting
uppercut.
increase the blood flow?
Uppercut to the
Yeah,
balls.
but like I'm saying, you score a point on like their pubic area when you hit them with your dick. Is that the like fencing?
Yeah. Hit. White.
I feel like it would be more like slam poetry or something mixed with your hard dicks. Like you
What?
read to them or talk to them to try and get them soft.
That's not jousting. That's just weird.
That's what I'm saying. Without the jousting, like you're trying to do
Oh.
something to get them soft, like get them not thinking
I
about
see,
their
I
dick being hard.
Like it's like
I gotcha.
basketball. You're trying to psych them out.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you show pictures of their mother or something.
Yes. Yes.
From them.
So you have a fluffer there to start you off.
Fluffer.
You have intermittent fluffing, but in between you're trying to get that to go away. You know, you have half times and stuff.
Yeah.
There we go. We got it.
We got some sport. let's start our own sports network, guys.
And in typical guy fashion, when drugs weren't involved, we just went, well, let's just slap dicks around. See?
Slap dicks.
What else is there to do now?
Yeah.
Well, now I'm bored. I'm just gonna touch my dick. Oh man. Any other incredible games we can come up with at this moment?
It's hard to top dick jousting.
Try bottoming.
What?
What?
I don't know what that is, but all right. You're going to have to explain that.
He said bottoming.
Just being a bottom?
Like power bottom or
Oh.
That's like 101, man.
I was trying to make up a game with shitting. Like competitive shitting somehow.
Like back and forth?
like the
I don't know how to make it competitive. Like,
Oh, so actually I think I read somewhere.
oh, you put a target underneath, right? Like an archery target, and you just try to on the right spot, and you get points. Like
Well,
darts, but
what if
with
you have like
shit.
diarrhea? You splatter everywhere.
I feel like it would be more like cornhole. You're trying to get it in the hole.
Oh yeah, that's. But you no one has projectile shit, do they?
No, you just
I've
stand
never
above it.
tried, but-
I'm not saying you stand on the opposite end of the cornhole and try and shit in a fucking arc.
But
like a wall dart.
Like it's a fucking mortar. I meant you shit over the hole from a
No.
distance.
But maybe it is like they have curlers, right? That like sleeping. There's the shitter and the guider, right? So it has a tool that he like tries to aim it when it's coming out and gets it
Okay.
into the hole.
So he poops from above, and they have people with like little like blow straws or something to try and blow to
Yeah.
control the airflow.
Oh, and then like your competitor gets a blow straw too, so they're trying to blow it away, and you're trying to blow it towards the hole.
Yeah, man, we're fucking retarded.
What the fuck?
Might be the dumbest thing we've ever come up with on this podcast. We did it, guys. We got dumber.
I don't know. I feel like curling's pretty stupid already.
Bro.
So it's,
Curling looks
I love
really
curling.
fun.
I've never really understood it other than I see the dudes with brooms.
Yeah, you broom it.
Yeah, it just
Yeah,
reduces
and
the
this dude would
friction.
blow it. I'd just be like, I don't get it, dude. Dude, you just blow it. You just, you know.
You don't understand. You're not.
The broomers reduce or add or reduce like friction to like guide it. That's how they can get the thing to curve or go fast or slow down when they need to.
Yeah, it's all physics based.
I've always wanted to go curling. It looked like it'd be fun. Like I wouldn't want to be a broomer, but I would want to like throw the stone across. So we're just doing curling, but instead of across ice, it's just down through the air.
Shit out of an ass.
You have little fans.
Good job. Good job, everyone. Just glad to be back. I'm glad I'm here.
I wonder if like people that got Olympic gold in this could really get laid that easily.
No, I feel like it's opposite. Literally, just participating in the sport gets you banned from lots of things in life.
That's just a prejudice.
All right, one more sport, and I think we can call it a night.
All right, I got that one. You got
I
it.
don't want to end on the poo curling. What's another very discoursing thing? And don't say necrophilia because we're not making a sport about necrophilia.
I know. I can't. I can't go that.
No, I went right there.
I don't know.
Oh, I keep forgetting to say this. So I read this somewhere. It was probably Reddit. Don't know if it's true. But I read that there is a sport, or at least there's been one event where people did compete in how far they could ejaculate.
Ooh,
Oh,
I'd be good at that.
I thought it was that one guy they made a movie about, right?
My dick's like a fountain. I could do good at that one.
It just leaks out.
He wrote a book.
Yeah. No. It sprays out like with.
Oh. I guess there's different kinds of fountains, so
with
that makes more
bravado.
sense. It's like a hose.
It's like my semen is excited to get out.
It's like,
Dying to
woo!
get out. Yeah,
So yours would
That
do
should
the
be a
mortar.
competition.
like a champagne bottle. So you have to like arc it, get a proper angle. What's the proper angle for ejaculate?
I'd assume like it's at an arc, but not too much of an arc, right?
Yeah.
Wait, are you just measuring distance? That's the winner?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Not volume or anything? What if you just come a lot?
I feel like that's another sport. It's kind of like an Olympic sports, right? You have like the volume, the distance, the high jump.
The number of times you could go in a certain span of time.
That's another one. That's
The endurance.
Yeah.
that's like the marathon. You have the sprinters. Who's quicker? Man, we
feel like
came up with a whole like triathlon here.
Yeah. And these guys would get laid a lot more than the poo blowers.
No way, you gotta conserve your shit. You gotta hold on to it. It's like, bitch,
Well,
I gotta
after
compete tonight.
games,
I gotta compete.
Depends on what
probably
you're.
right, because it's like, that guy hasn't come in like 3 years. That's how he's so good.
Unless
Yeah,
you're
dude, what
the
the
one that
fuck?
wants to
That's
last the
the hard
longest.
part.
The Olympics are every 4 years. They just hold on to it.
They
I
come in with
imagine
South
getting
Park sized
so
balls.
bad, like when they come, it like blows them back.
Yeah, they pop a blood vessel. That's how it works, right? It just stores in the balls forever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's science.
That's just science.
I'm
isn't
pretty
it?
sure.
Well,
Isn't it
there
weird how
would probably
girls
be
do
body
that?
modifications to let this be a thing.
Yeah. So they have steroids for all the other sports, like specific to the muscles you need. They are gonna have ball steroids.
Oh yeah, you'd be like doing Kegels and shit to have your proper pelvic floor all tightened up and shit.
There we go. Instead of creating a sport, we created a whole entire track events.
I like the idea that like the ref is off on the side, and then at some point, you know, a guy's gonna go a little off course.
Goes astray.
Just like wipe it off.
Sorry, Blue. Sorry,
Hey, man.
Blue, gotcha.
That's probably happened in porn, I'm sure, with some filmograpers.
Has it been?
It's just part of the job. You got to be ready for it. It's like those refs that take a hit in UFC. Man, you gotta make sure you're in the right spot.
Dude, there's been umpires that have taken like fucking baseballs in the face. And
Yeah, exactly. It's
It's rough. Because when you fucking hit a baseball, it comes out like what, 110, 120 miles per hour?
yeah, dude. There's pitchers who have definitely taken some rough ones.
Oh, yeah.
Feel
The refs in this, they're gonna take some sticky ones.
big old loads. All right, so instead of ending it on poo curling, now we're gonna end it on the cum triathlon
Hey, that
track
was your
event.
choice.
That was all you.
I think we covered every bodily function that we can think of.
I didn't actually create that sport. I mentioned the sport, and we created a whole shit ton. I mentioned one that I thought literally
That
happened.
idea has a lot of potential, Zach.
Potential energy. You're right.
Yes, potential energy converted into kinetic energy.
Oh my god. The Kegels competition. That's what we would call it.
Oh, you could have like a strongman, and it's a butt plug, and you keep adding weights to the butt plug.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. There we go.
You know, it's like a deadlift, but with your ass.
Yeah. They already have weightlifting competitions. Like we can just add this to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And weightlifters already have blowouts, so it's all good.
Oh, gross.
All right.
Anyway.
Well, I guess.
Anyway, watch Hamilton. It's all good.
Yeah, I guess we're ending it.
To summarize, the cum poop butt plug Olympics. Watch Hamilton.
This is the weirdest up and down podcast of topics I've ever been a part of.
I know. We had serious governmental debate in the middle.
It really, to be fair though, it's very Discoursian to have this all in one podcast. I feel like this podcast summarizes the whole entire podcast.
Yeah, it's pretty much what it is about.
Thank you, Harry, for joining us on this lovely event.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Glad I could
Join
be
more,
here.
man.
Glad I could be here.
All right. Talk at you later.
See y'all.
All right, later.
Later.